To the new national heavyweight champion, and may I say that certainly recognition is in order. Anybody who doubts this man's capabilities need only to get into the ring with him to find out.
Look at it, Gordon Soley, the boy wonder, baby. Buzz Sawyer, the new national heavyweight champion, and for a long time to come. You know, I've paid my dues. I've bled, I've sweat, I've went home in agony not knowing when I was going to be able to get up again. I paid my dues all over the country, and now you're looking at it. And now people like Dusty Rhodes, Tommy Rich, the outpatient Paul Orndorff, and yes, last but not least, Kevin Sullivan, and the line goes on and on. Because when you're the champion, Mr. Soley, you know, as well as I do, everybody's hot on your trail. But look at it. Learn to love it, learn to live with it, because I'm here to stay. And Mr. Soley, anybody that wants to walk down the path, anybody that thinks they can take this right off my waist, if you can do it, beat me, but you can't do it.
Thank you so very much, Buzz Sawyer. The national, of course, that I received my telegram this past week as the NWA sent out telegrams, of course, across the nation, heralding the fact that Buzz Sawyer had indeed won the National Heavyweight Championship. And there's an example of what we're talking about, from a drop toe hold to a float up over the body and a ride now. And that ride is as painful as it is embarrassing, because Sawyer has just totally dominated this man.
And a good move, a good offensive move. You know, he took the first step, Sawyer, and that's why he became the national champion. He's got a brother who did tremendous against Ric Flair in the Pacific West Coast, the place that I come from. My people down there, the greatest people on earth. And so it just shows you it's a great wrestling family. I saw Dusty Rhodes come out here. He's talking about now he wants a partner, Tommy Rich. Well, you see, I can understand that, because after all, he brought that animal against Ole Anderson and myself. And you guys, people must understand the strategy. Oh, Sawyer backing away there. Smart move on Sawyer's part. You see, he's just playing with the mind there. So Rhodes comes out and he says, I'm going to get a partner, Tommy Rich. Well, you see what we did? We were smart, Mr. Anderson and myself. We did it, separated Rhodes and George the Animal Steel. I got that animal by myself, and I completely destroyed him. I had him with his tail between his legs and I'm running away. So I don't blame him for seeking new partners, because he certainly does need something, and that's for sitting down and drinking bottles of whiskey. Well, lots of people get brave on whiskey, but I don't drink, and I don't need to drink to get my bravery, you know, because after all, I'm brave enough. I'm here, and Rhodes is gone again, right? Look at good move on Sawyer. Oh!
Jones had his man tied up well, and I might point out this David Jones. You can check his background, and he has been an athlete all of his life. And Mr. Sawyer, who moved out there, perhaps his ego mania brought him out there too confident, because he has suddenly discovered that as national heavyweight champion, he's become twice the... Ooh, boy. And he dropped him. He just flat dropped him on that one.
And what's important about that elbow, it was so perfect because the leverage of the elbow is on the point, the end of the elbow. If you give that elbow too close to the wrist, you don't have the right leverage. That was a perfectly delivered elbow, catching him right on the point of the chin with the point of the elbow, perfectly legal. Now goes right, you see, notice the damage has been done to the chin, the damage has been done to the head. He keeps the blood cut off from the head. Good move.
Leaving the chancery now on Jones, and Jones, who appeared to be in the process of beginning to perhaps show Mr. Sawyer a thing or two, has now been almost decimated by this man Sawyer, trying to come back now. Jones getting some second wind, trying to move, and now into those ring ropes. Referee calls for the break, and Jones back on his feet and eyeing his man very carefully.
Jones is trying to figure out just what he should do here, Mr. Soley. He's trying to size up Sawyer, and he doesn't understand. He should have come and talked to me earlier. With a man like Sawyer that is a squatty kind of man, very bulky, very built close to the ground, there's a certain way you must fight him, and the way is not to take him down on the mat. That's not the way to fight him. The way to fight him is to blow him, to make him tired, to keep away from him, sending him off, make him make a mistake, and boom, capitalize on it. But then again, this young man doesn't realize that like I do. But he is a great champion, isn't he? Look at that Sawyer.
Well, he is really taking a toll on David Jones, and now catches Jones, and very close to a choke there. The referee checking very carefully. Notice the way, again, he utilizes the legs. He very quickly hooks with the leg. He uses his legs as they should be used in wrestling, as extensions of himself and as extensions of his holds.
Absolutely perfect, Mr. Soley. Because of your many years around wrestling, you absolutely know everything there is to know about wrestling, and that's why I'm pleased to be here with such an expert commentator. Some places, you know, I go, Mr. Soley, and the people don't know anything about what they're talking about, and it's so humiliating for me to have to stand next to him. But for you, Mr. Soley, it's a pleasure for me. And what you're saying is right. He uses all extensions, and that's what wrestling is about, after all. If you got something free, figure out how to use it.
Good point, and again, he's grapevining. Notice the way he's grapevining. Has kept Jones from any offensive move at all, and just keeps rolling with him, just keeps the pressure on him. And Jones right now, I'm sure, is beginning to wonder what he's doing in there, because it is Sawyer who is just keeping him under total control.
Yes, he is keeping him under control. This young fella here is learning a little bit about wrestling now. Not that he didn't know. We have top competitors come in here, and I think this fella has been overmatched, but it's still a credit to him to take a match against a national heavyweight champion like that. He's trying to make a name for himself, and he's doing the best he can.
Well, to have held him this long is certainly indeed something to his credit, but I think Sawyer is showing us now a classic example of what it is all about, because he is attacking this man physically at all points of his body. He's attacking him mentally and psychologically as well. And Jones, now you notice that very simple thing of the hand over the eyes, even though it was momentary, now the hand over the mouth, momentary. These things cut off the breathing, cut off the sight, and the psychological war is on.
What a nice drop.
Oh, he almost tore him in half.
Beautiful drop kick. You see, now Sawyer knows exactly what he's doing. All he's doing right now, again, is telling everybody that he's a national champion. Nice belly to belly. Goes, grabs that leg. You notice that, and the three. Oh, and then the two, and the two.
They have it, Buzz Sawyer. And absolutely no uncertain terms has proven again